everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the official tour of my fall festival. This is the second time I'm recording this because I forgot to connect my microphone the first time, so that was a waste of half an hour. Before I start, I just want to give the info on the plot. The plot is worth 2,251,531 Bloxburg cash and is 68% plot data. Also, big flex, I finished this before the fall update came out, but also not a big flex because there's probably going to be stuff that comes out that I built in here custom, so that's cool. This build is also very Pinterest inspired. You might see some stuff in here that is found on Pinterest, but like I changed it up a little bit. But anyways, let's get started. So this is the parking lot. Obviously you have to have a parking lot at a fall festival. This layout is actually made by Froggy Hops when he built a barn, I believe, or something like that. Right here is the entrance to the ticket booth for the employees. Got a little water dispenser just in case they get thirsty, lots of files. Oh yeah, also I have a little fall outfit on. It's super cute. To my right, this is like a little photo area, just hang out. There is a porch swing that you can swing on, or if you want, you can also just sit on the hay bales. Here is an entrance. This is Blissful Farms Fall Festival. This entrance is one that's actually in real life, but I changed up the shape of the frame a little bit. But yeah, I found this part on Pinterest. The colors are different, but I really liked it and wanted to add it, so it's a beautiful entrance. Here is the front of the ticket booth, and then to the right is customer service. The door is right there. I wanted to make this build very interactive because the last fall festival thing I did, it wasn't really a festival, but I had a haunted house instead and just had like random fall things on the side. I don't know, wasn't the greatest, but this one's definitely much better. But the last one just wasn't very interactive, and if you guys know me, I love to have interactive builds. If I counted correctly, there are 17 different things that you can do on this plot. That's crazy. Anyways, moving on. So this is the pumpkin patch. So I have little baskets full of pumpkins. These are supposed to be white pumpkins, but if you want, you can pick up a snowball and throw it at someone. Don't aim at me, thank you very much. This is the pumpkin patch. I made the pumpkin patch smaller, obviously to fit a lot more stuff, but also you just really don't need that big of a pumpkin patch. So I have little patches here. I have one of these because this is a nostalgic fall festival. Where I live, we have these things called How Tall This Fall, and it's basically just a giant ruler that you can stand next to, and families will take a picture of their kid every year to see how much they've grown. So I'm an adult right now. This is a little bit more than 2.5. If you're a baby, I think you hit right here on 0.5. It's pretty cute. You guys will have to mess with it. Also, Pinterest inspired right here. This is a pumpkin wall, so you can take pictures in front of it if you want to. And then right here is a slide. This thing was absolutely crazy to make. So many hay bales, but you can slide down and face plant into the pumpkins. Love that. You can also go inside of the house. There's not really much there, but there is some stuff if you want to go in there. Here are some wagons, wheelbarrows, and strollers if you want to grab one. If you guys didn't know, you can actually pull babies in the wagons, which is adorable. And then right here, I have photo cutouts. These are transparent decals, and then I put stools here so you can sit behind them and take photos. They are a little bit further away than I was wanting, the stools, but if I move it any further, your feet will actually stick through, and we don't want that. There are climbing walls. I took advantage of the rock walls that we have, and I made it a little bit interactive so you can climb to the top. This wire is supposed to be like what you hook into. And then at the top, to make it interactive, I did add a doorbell and a firework. So you can ring the doorbell. I don't have my sound on so you won't hear it, but you can ring it, and then you can also light off a firework so everyone below will know when you make it to the top. Then right here is a stage. So we have a DJ booth, drums, and guitars with a bunch of these lasers. There's not a lot of movement in the build. That's something that can really change a build, is the movement. Speaking of movement, the Ferris wheel does not even move, but that's why I added these lasers, just to add something. But when there's people in the plot too, it'll add some more movement because everyone will be walking around. So I don't know if that's just something that I think of. I don't know if other people think of movement in builds, but I'm rambling, so we're just gonna move on to the next thing. Here are some food tents. So I have kettle corn, best kettle corn in Bloxburg. These are really cool. You can actually open and close these to make it more interactive. You can also make popcorn, so if you guys want to work this, you can. I ate popcorn to have an empty container, so it looks like they're filling the containers. It's so cute. And it has all the supplies to make them. And then right here is caramel apples. So I have a bunch of caramel apples, and then the little making station. And then right here, it was going to be apple cider, but it takes so long to go into town just to get that apple cider. So to make it a lot easier, I just turned it into a hot chocolate area. So there's a bunch of microwaves. If you guys want to sell cider there, you can, but I'm not going to to be the one walking over to the town. This is the Ferris wheel, so you can walk through here. You can sit on it. It's really cool. So you can click on these seats right here and you can sit on it. Each one does work. If you want to get to the top, because I'm sure everyone wants to get there, you might need shift lock on. It's a lot easier. You're gonna climb up this leg right here, get on top of the cylinder, and then you're gonna climb this one. I guess you can climb any of them. It's up to you where you want to go. But I like this spot because you're not completely at the top, but you're still there where you could see the view, and the view is just absolutely stunning. I love the view so much. That thing was a pain to make, but it was worth it. And then that was the entrance. There is an exit, which I doubt people are going to use. They're probably just going to like jump through trees and stuff, but there is an exit there if you want the exit. Here is pie eating if you want to do pie eating contests. You can sit on the hay bales if you want to watch as well. This is kind of like the food court area. This barn is very Pinterest inspired. I love the seating. I love the custom trees. It turned out really, really cool. But you can go in here and we have beverages, corn, desserts, and meals. The decals are blurry. I'm not really sure why, but they end up turning blurry when I made them, and I did not want to do it again. So they're just gonna have to be like that. I also put a fridge inside a counter. It works. It's so cool. So yeah, this is where you can make the drinks. Also, that tree is not supposed to be there. I'm gonna have to fix that. There's corn for all my meme people out there. You're welcome. And then there is the dessert stand for all of the yummy fall desserts that come out. And then we have the main meal area where you can just make hot dogs, burgers, whatever you want. And then there's also indoor seating if you don't want to eat outside. But like, come on, look at that. You definitely want to eat outside. And then of course, gotta have the mood stations. So I do have some there for the people who don't have marvelous moods. There are beds and showers in each stall. And then there's also lockers if you want to change your height or your outfit. And then here is apple bobbing. I did make one of these last year, but this one looks so much better. Definitely has more detail. And what's really cool about this, so shout out to Gabrielle on Twitter who made this idea, but if you put sinks inside of it and you wash your hands, it looks like you're kind of bobbing for the apples. So it makes it a little bit more interactive. So thank you, Gabrielle, for that trick. I also made a custom windmill, and then right next to the apple bobbing is a maze. I'm not going to show that, obviously, because I don't want you guys knowing that where the exit is, but you do have to go into first person for this. And then next to that is a custom truck. I am so proud of it because my first truck, if you guys remember what that looked like, it was definitely something else. But this one looks way better, and you can also lay in it if you click this right here. It's one of those like lounging chairs, but it looks like you're laying in the bed of the truck. So cool. You can also sit in front of the truck if you don't want to lay in the bed of the truck. You can also stand in front of it. And then I also have a little cornhole, which is interactive. This little pot is actually a vase covering a water balloon bucket. So if you pick up a water balloon, it kind of looks like you have a beanbag, especially if you get the right color. Let's see if I can get the right one. There we go, close enough. But you can stand here and you can throw it and it looks like you're throwing a beanbag. And then there's just a lot of seating for the stage area, which will have music during the events. And I also added concrete, so then not everything was dirt because it was just so much brown. So I'm really glad I added some concrete right there. This is the petting zoo. The animals are a build hack made by Float Roblox. I used them last year. Last year's petting zoo just wasn't very interactive, so I made it a little more interactive this time. I have a sign that says must wash hands before and after petting zoo. So you can wash your hands to see the animals. And then you can come over here and grab some, well, it's popcorn, but you can pretend that it is stuff that you can feed the animals. And then you can walk in and you can like just pretend like you're giving it to them, or if you want to eat it, you can eat the animal food. Totally up to you. And then this is a very special sheep because you can actually sit in it. The chair was supposed to make you sit on top of it, but then the chair was showing, so you actually just get to sit inside the sheep. It's kind of weird, but it's there if you want it. And then there's just like some other areas over here. There's a wind chime, and then there's also a spot where you can swing. And then you're probably wondering, what the heck is this thing? This is Bloxburg's, I think, first ever inflatable obstacle course. So we're gonna walk over there now. And then next to that is also an inflatable bouncy castle. These are supposed to look like shoes and socks, like when people take off their shoes and socks to go in the bouncy castles. Just some extra detail. So this is the entrance of the obstacle course. If you go to the event, it's 2 players at a time, and it is quite long. You will have to use shift lock, or you'll have to be in first person for this just because of some of the obstacles. But you run through and you have to dodge all of the cylinders. You have to climb a ladder, and then you fall down here. Please don't jump on the top. You go through the walkway, then you're gonna climb up the slide, if I can get up the slide down, crawl over these, climb up another wall, and then go through some more cylinders, climb up another slide, and then you're done. And the slides are actually the ones for pools, so there's pool water underneath. And next to that, there is an outdoor movie theater. This is super cute, super cozy. There's a little eating area if you want to get a drink or some candy. And then I have Hocus Pocus playing. The day I'm actually filming this, Hocus Pocus 2 comes out. I still need to watch it, but I'm really excited for it. And then there's lots of chairs and beanbags. So if you want to sit in a beanbag, you are more than welcome to. There's also some lounge chairs. There's a hammock, but it's really aesthetic and just really pleasing to the eyes. I like it. And then up here, I'm sure you guys saw this. I of course had to add my concussion slides. Heck yeah. This is the first time the slides have ever been made without water, but they do have this type of stuff at fall festivals, so I thought it was perfect to add it. I also made the slides a gradient, which is really cool. So just remember, if you do use it, make sure to jump and then use the sled. Oh my gosh. That's the basement. Chaos. Okay, well, I didn't even go on the slide. That was the stairs, but that's the slides. In front of the Ferris wheel is also a really cool spot to take a photo. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys like it. I am so excited. I'm gonna try and host a whole bunch of events for this. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you do, and I will see you guys in my next video.